What is happening, Magnus? So, I've gotten word that an Ubisoft director has lashed out at gamers today, or yesterday, or the day before. Let's take a look at this, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Are you ready? The director of monetization at Ubisoft, Stevie Chassard. This is what he weighs in and says, I rarely post on social media, but today I am sad. Ashamed and sad. Okay. The gaming industry is rough at the moment. We all know it. Yes. It's rough at the moment because they have been going woke. And the wages that woke pays is broke. So these companies are going down. They're losing stock. They're being sold off. Studios are being closed down. People are losing their jobs. People are being laid off. Yeah, it sucks. However, they had control over this. They had massive control over this, but they decided to go the tokenization route. They tokenized black people, females, and the LGBTQ community for money, and it didn't work, even though the majority of the fandom did not want it. We told you over and over and over and over again for years, and you still didn't listen. So, I mean, you're like the person in the scary movie that we told you not to go up to that house. Don't go up to that house. You might not come back. Believe me. And you went anywhere, you silly little teens. But seeing how gamers, in quotes here, well, you can see it. Gamers react on social medias, wishing ill fate to companies and people alike is sad, and not only towards Ubisoft. Now, let's talk about this. I will say this. I never wish ill fate to any of the companies or the people. Now, there's certain people that do. Some of them I watch, some of them I don't watch. And I've seen the comments. And what you are talking about is a fandom that has been ignored, that has been pushed to the side, that has been told that they are every type of istophobe in the book, have been told that they're every single type of name that can ruin anyone's reputation if people really believed it, just because they don't like the politics that you're pushing. So how do you think they're going to feel? They're going to feel angry. They are going to lash out. Okay? You treat your fans right, you treat them like they're being heard, they're not really going to lash out like this. There's always, extremists on either side, but they're not going to lash out like this. This is a different period in time than any other, isn't it? Why? Because you haven't been making games that people love. They haven't been making movies that people love, series that people love, and everything in between. They haven't been doing it. They've been pushing an agenda that nobody wants. Only 0.2 of the 2% of the population wants it. So you've got frustrated people flipping out saying, I hope this happens. Listen, I've seen some of the videos. I've seen some of the comments. They are hoping that these companies burn to the damn ground, and they want to smell the smoke. They want to inhale the incense of the embers. I know. I've seen the videos. I've seen the comments. But why would they act like this? You think they're acting like this for no reason? I'm not saying they're right. What I'm saying is, what would push or incite or encourage or make people lash out in this manner? What could it be? Could it be that you're destroying their escapism? Could it be that you're pushing modern day politics, woke politics specifically into these games? Okay? This is why they're frustrated. They're extremely frustrated with you. Companies that they've trusted for years to entertain them and do it well. Some of these companies like Ubisoft are icons at what they do. They've got IPs that people absolutely love. And you are twisting it, and it is torture to them. So how do tortured people act? They lash out. You ever see somebody being tortured in a movie? You know what I mean? They get beat and punched. You know, like, oh, God, get out of here. Oh. Go watch the scene where 007's being tortured naked. Go look at that one. That's how they feel. You swinging that thing and hitting their balls. How do you think they're gonna act? You know? Even though it is always the vocal minority that's false, that expresses themselves. That's false. It is the vocal majority of the vocal fans. It is the majority of the vocal fans. That means fans that make videos and post comments. It is the majority of the vocal fans that are expressing themselves. If this modern audience existed that you talk about, they would be buying your product and the numbers would show. There would be some type of almost even divide or something like 60-40 or, you know what I mean, maybe even 70-30. Like they'd be buying it, but they're not. Not even the crowd that you're supposedly making this for wants the stuff that you're buying it. They're not going to the movies. They're not buying the video games. They're not buying the comic books. They're not watching the series that you're making. They aren't. So this right there is false. I was hurt and ashamed to be part of this community. What is even more revolting, excuse me, is coming on LinkedIn and seeing the same comments from people within the industry. Yeah, people, I told you, people from Hollywood write me. They write me, they tell me, thank you for saying what you say. Appreciate it. Keep speaking your mind. Tell them what you like and tell them what you don't like. That's it. You know what I mean? Never be mean about it. Never be evil about it. You know what I mean? And they know, they're like, you are nothing what these people label you. They're liars. However, we can't even speak out about it because we'll lose our jobs for saying that we don't like it. The machine's moving in that direction. But the fans, the quote unquote regular people, the real people in the industry that don't have any ties, they're not, their jobs aren't tied to it. They're not shilling. They're not being paid to promote anything. Those are the voices we need. Okay? And the fact of the matter is now, these companies know that they are in the year of the wallet. People are voting with their wallet. And they are letting them know that if you go woke, you will go broke. Fans do not have a problem with women. Fans do not have a problem with any different cultures or colors. People do not have a problem with the LGBTQ plus community. On a whole, fans do not have a problem with any of these people. Okay? The problem is forcing it into every single thing that you can fit it into just because you think it's supposed to fit. This is a diverse world with diverse different experiences. Not everything is going to involve me. Not everything is going to involve you. You don't have to fit it in just because you think that's what we want to see. You guys are doing good. As a matter of fact, you're always going to have failures and you're always going to have successes in these businesses, no matter what they are. But you were having more before, weren't you? Exactly. People don't want to see this garbage. We're tired of being tokenized. We are so sick and tired of it. Like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you're going to show. You know what? It reminds me of that not another teen movie where they put the black kid in it. And he was like, hey, I'm just here to say, damn, that is whack. Yeah. You would put black people in movies early on, in scary movies. We get killed first and say stupid, what's happening, sucker? We say all that dumb stuff. And you think we're happy? We're not happy to be tokenized. There you go, Negro. We gave you another superhero. You go play now. Run, Negro, run. No, we don't like this stuff. Are you serious? And every other person feels the same way. LGBTQ community sees it the same way. So do women. Tired of being tokenized, tired of being pushed to the side, tired of the right person for the job is not being hired. The best person with the best skill. No, you needed to check a box. You needed to fill a quota. It's so it's asinine. Like the crazy thing is you keep doing it. There's a video of a kid that like keeps bumping his head on something. You guys have seen this. And he like keeps doing it. You guys are this kid. Why would you continue to do something that is hurting you? Why? So, on top of exposing yourself as a clearly non-decent human being, yeah, right, you are affecting thousands of employees that are already impacted by the hate despite doing their best to deliver incredible experiences. First of all, it's not hate. People are expressing their displeasure with your product. That's what it is. There's a minority on each side, left and right, that are extremely hateful people. They've always been that way. But they're not the majority. They will always exist, okay? Small amount of racists, istophobes, all this other stuff will always exist, okay? Can't really, do nothing about them. It's just, they've got problems. They're always going to exist. But, however, the majority of your fandom is very unhappy with what you've been doing because you have been twisting things. You have been changing characters, fundamentally changing characters that have been cemented in lore for years. Okay? You have been doing things that are changes that aren't just something like Heath Ledger's Joker, where it worked, even though fans have a problem with you not sticking to the comics. There are certain changes that can work, but Heath Ledger's Joker is an outlier. You are making changes that are so left field. They're not Heath Ledger's Joker. They are something totally different. I don't have a comparison for it because I can't even think of it. I mean, talk to WB Games to see what they did with their Joker. That ain't worked at it. So that's what's going on. It's not hate, okay? And what you are doing, though, you are making the fans hate the product. Definitely. Okay? They are hating the product. Literally hating the product. They're not haters. People complain about woke being used wrong. We know that woke is a form of the word awake, meaning to be aware. Okay? And woke has been bastardized. And it's being used in a way it was never meant to be used. I use it because people know what I'm talking about real quick when I say it. We know in what context I'm using it. And as a matter of fact, there are several words out there in the English language that are used in different ways. We know what it's meant, depending on what you're talking about, the context of the sentence. You know what that word meant. Correct? Okay. So, but they're not haters. They're not jealous. They're not just angry. Like a real hater is a jealous person. They're just jealous. It came from player hater. You're a hater because you're jealous because you can't pull women like me. That's all it meant. But now people call you a hater. Like if you go, like, I don't like McDonald's food. Oh, you're a McDonald's hater. What the hell? Words change their meanings, but it's not hate. It's displeasure. We don't like it. Okay? We'd rather escape when we go through our escapism instead of you just moving us from the real world to an imaginary version of our real world where we have to deal with the same garbage we're trying to escape. Um, yeah. Yeah, and the programmers know. I know there's plenty of programmers that are making games they don't want to make, but they need a job. So they're typing those ones and zeros and everything else that they need to do just to keep their damn job, but they don't want to do it. Come on now. How can you wish a company to fail simply because they do not cater to you or to the product that does not please you is beyond me. Wow, this is beyond me. God, take me now. Guard. What am I doing? Y'all know. So, think about it for a second. They have rejected what you have been trying to feed them. You haven't been giving them what they want. You label them every type of horrible name that someone could be labeled in our society. And you think that they won't lash out and hope that your company fails or hope that you fail? See, I don't take it that far, even though I've been labeled and, people have told lies about me all the time. I tell people every time I talk about this, just go to Twitter, type my name in, type in Tyrone Magnus, and look through. You'll be scrolling for a while. Look at the literal lies people go to. They go through the links of lying because they know that if they tell the truth about me, they have no argument. They're lying. Type in at the Tyrone Magnus. See what you find. I'm telling you, it's just a bunch of lies. And I don't lash out like that. I don't let it consume me because it's, other people, they're exercising their free speech. You have made people exercise their free speech. Correct? You've called them istophobes. Now they are wishing that your company burns to the ground. Okay, so you've lied about them and said that they are istophobes and they wish that your company burns to the ground. How can you not see that coming? How can you not see that them saying that they hope that you fail? And I'm ashamed. I'm appalled. How? It's almost tit for tat. It's like, you lied about me, tried to ruin my reputation. Okay, well, I hope that your company. It just kind of seems like it would go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like someone gets arrested on some trumped up charge. I hope you get fired, Mr. Cop. Seems about right? He arrested you falsely, and you say, you lash out your anger, I hope you get fired. It just seems, right? That's how people are, correct? All right, moving on. We are all on the same boat. We're definitely not. Please stop spreading hate. We should all uplift each other instead of bringing each other down. Whoa, really? Sounds like they need to take their own medicine. And why is it that we can't raise all ships without lowering one? Certain people get attacked, but you raise other people. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed? You know what I mean? And I noticed that a lot of the white men are very angry. They're like, look, I'm just a white dude trying to make it in America. I want to work a job. I want to enjoy my video games and my other entertainment. My family didn't own slaves. Why you keep trying to make me feel guilty? Why you keep saying I'm so bad? I'm a good guy. I have a wife and children. I try to be the best father I can be. But I see over and over in a lot of other videos where people are just like, yeah, it's always white man bad. And then this is good. And this is, why can't we just stop going tit for tat? Because I know people are like I said, I know other minorities might be like, oh, well, you marginalized us and you did this and you did that in the past. It's time for your own medicine. How about we all just heal and treat each other right? Stop trying to go tit for tat because it's always going to keep the pendulum swinging in every direction. Okay, boom, we're talking about these people are bad, and then now we're talking about these people are bad. And this is years that the pendulum's swinging. And it'll keep going back and forth, making each side angry or a different side angry. It will always be at each other's throats over and over again until the end of time. It'll never stop. We can't just, look, a lot of our ancestors did a lot of wrong in a lot of different cultures. No matter what color you are, you've got some horrible, sickening, disgusting history that your people have done to others and to themselves. You need to fix it right now and start treating everybody right. But this speech ain't gonna get out there to everybody that I just made and convince everybody to start treating each other right. Because guess what? Conflict sells. And you guys can lie and say that people are grifting and all this other ish. The grifters are a very small amount, okay? Because most people, you think people like to argue online all day. There's people that like to debate. But you think that people like to have to deal with entertainment that they hate, that they don't like? I was a much happier YouTuber. As a matter of fact, my YouTube channel exploded on positivity and stuff that I loved. Just so happens, all the things that I built this channel on are starting to suck. That's what it is. I've never changed. I've always been the same guy, okay? If I built a channel, okay, of women, pretty women, coming up to me and kissing me on my cheek, giving me 2 kisses. Every episode, it was nothing but women coming up to me, pretty women coming up to me. How much positive energy you think I would have? Then all of a sudden, I start uploading videos where pretty women are coming up to me, kicking me in the balls. Do you think my energy is going to change? Huh? The same thing I love. Pretty women are now treating me different. They're not kissing me, they're kicking me in the balls. And that's what you companies have been doing. You're not kissing us anymore. You're kicking us in the balls, but you're expecting us to still love you and accept you. And by your crap, you've been feeding us big old pieces of trash. And you expect us to like it. How silly of you. 10 million subscribers.